Hello, my name is Roger Platt. I'm the president of the US Green Building Council. I'm here in Hong Kong at the World Green Building Council's Congress, and I'm also here with Chinwe, a leader from the Nigerian Green Building Council. Chinwe, can you introduce yourself and your role with the Green Building Council?
Good morning. My name is Chinwe Ohajuruka, and I'm on the board of the Green Building Council Nigeria. I'm also an architect and a private practitioner. And I'm here wearing two caps as a private practitioner and a board member of the Green Building Council Nigeria.
Well, it's wonderful to meet you and to have the opportunity to share with a broader audience the work of the Nigerian Green Building Council. Perhaps you could tell us first just when you helped start that organization and just a little bit of its founding history.
Well, the Green Building Council was started by a board of founding members in late 2010, and in 2011 I was invited to be part of the founding group. And in 2011 we wrote the country business plan as a team together, and we're working to try to get the Green Building Council from prospective to emerging.
Wonderful. So it sounds as though you've focused your efforts on the critical intersection of issues that are important for the economic development of Nigeria as well as environmental objectives. So perhaps you could talk a little bit about the way that you've made green building more relevant in Nigeria to the important priorities of your country.
While we were doing the research on the country business plan, we found out that green building in Nigeria would have to go way beyond just the environment to social and economic, because Nigeria has been facing a power, water, sanitation, and housing crisis. And we saw that focusing on housing, especially for the lower end, was a way to spread green building bottom up. A large number of people taking small steps would achieve a whole lot more than a few people taking big steps.
That makes total sense, and I think will be an inspiration to other councils that are, again, trying to make more relevant to the pressing social equity and other issues in their country the message of the green building movement.
Absolutely.
So please tell us a little more specifically about any major initiative you may have in the housing, affordable housing, green world.
Nigeria has a housing deficit of 17 million. We need 17 million units, and while that might sound like a lot, I see that as a huge opportunity. Nigeria's infrastructural development is yet to happen, and if we can do it green, we can lead the world, because with a country of 175 million, 8th largest oil exporter in the world, and the largest economy and the most populous country in Africa, we're poised to be leaders, and we could be leaders in the right direction or in the wrong direction. So we see sustainable development as the way to go. And housing is something that touches everybody. And in a tropical country, it's an unself-conscious way to promote green building.
So you had told me earlier when we were talking about kind of the name of this project that you've given it to kind of, that seemed very powerful to me. What's the name?
We call our housing initiative Small But Mighty, because what we've developed, small, modular green housing with local materials, local technology, and local labor. And these houses are small in size, but mighty in impact. They have a small carbon footprint, but the houses are designed to be passive. They're self-cooling, solar-powered, and water-sufficient. And that way, the houses themselves become a silver bullet for many of the issues, environmental issues that Nigeria is facing.
Well, that's very, very powerful, and we'll be closely watching and tracking and seeing how that advances. I'm very confident it will be a tremendous success.
Thank you.
In the wake of the climate change conference in Paris,
That's right,
where they're looking for exactly these kinds of initiatives that address both economic development and creating a new green economy, but also address global climate change issues.
That's right.
Projects like this will be getting a lot of attention, I hope, and Thank you. Is there
We
anything
hope
else
so.
you'd like to add about it?
Um,
By the way, you did a great job already.
The African continent is getting hotter, drier, and more populous. And Nigeria has a staggering housing deficit. These houses are designed to represent dignified habitat for the millions who live in terrible conditions, and they are ecologically sustainable, and we're working to make them commercially viable so that they just make sense.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.